Howdy everyone, it is late February here and we don't have any snow forecast for the foreseeable future. So I'm going to fire up the 55 here and take the snow blade off, put the pallet forks back on. And I figured I'd take you guys for a ride in the 55 while we do this. I've got you here on the, hopefully it stays up there, in the corner of the cab on the 55. There's a bracket up there. It is 50 degrees out today. And for those of you, I don't know if I'd consider this a super cold start, but this will be a cold start for the 55. Let me get my camera plugged in here so we don't run out of battery. Plugged in real quick. Alright, hopefully that's getting kind of a decent view out the front, so here we go. These 55s, these A-series don't have self-exciting alternators on them, so you gotta throttle them up a little bit until the battery light goes away. And then you should be good to go. For those of you who haven't ever run one of these before, this one is a power shuttle. So we have a hydraulic shuttle shift going forward and backwards. Middle is neutral, and you can do this on the fly at any time. Over on the right here we have our 3-speed transmission. This is non-synchronized. You have to be stopped to use this. You have to use the clutch, have to be completely stopped, otherwise you're going to grind the living poop out of them. This here is your 4-speed. This is a synchro shift, so you can be on the move and shift this, but you have to press in the clutch pedal first, or have the shuttle shift in neutral. You cannot shift this like a power shift. I mean, you can, it's going to sound like crap and you're going to feel bad about your transmission, but it is not a full power shift, it is a synchro. So we have the loader control up here, forward and backwards for down and up, left and right for your bucket dumping, and then I have a auxiliary button on the front of it for running a remote cylinder on the front of the loader. So I put in the factory remote valve up front so that I could run winches and raise and lower augers, and specifically hydraulic blades like this. That's a whole nother can of worms, you know, that you guys need to keep in mind if anyone's out there looking at one of these and they want to put the third function on it. It's a lot more involved. It comes with its own couplers. It's 2 female flat face couplers, right? Which most skid loaders come with a male and a female. On top of that, they're the smaller size couplers. They're not even the normal size flat face couplers like a skid steer has. So you basically can't use them with anything except for maybe what Case IH sells you. So what I did is I took them off, we chucked them up in the lathe, we parted off, because they're proprietary fittings. Like, you can't just take them off, they're proprietary threads. So we had to, you can get adapters, it's just you gotta have a whole bunch of other adapters in the process. Anyways, we made up our own, so now we have 2 female ISO ag style couplers, what's colloquially known as Pioneer couplers up front, which that's what we use most often. That's what is on our augers, and this is actually pretty nice for putting up an auger with the loader. You can actually see where you're directing it and raise and lower it. So that's what we've got on there. If I need to use the skid loader adapters, I simply just have well, I have adapters for that, so it'd be 2 male ISO ag couplers going to a male and female skid loader flat face coupler. But I don't have anything that needs that. Haven't had to use that on anything, so haven't had to cross that bridge yet. I guess while we're on this, we've got the 72-inch box blade on the back there. Not actually a case, I just made my own custom decals for it. And then on the front is a custom made, it's a Western 7-foot uni mount, I think it's 7 foot, with hydraulic sway. I have a crossover relief valve on it. The first year I made it, last year, I was having a heck of a time getting the left and right function to work with the loader, and I couldn't figure it out. It would just, you could get it to turn, you said to barely creep it left or right. Well, this year, plugged it in, worked just fine. So I'm guessing there was air bubbles in the crossover relief valve or something that had to work itself out. But if we raise it up here, there we go. She's a pretty hefty blade. If I hold the button down and do left, we go left. Hold the button down and go right. We got right. We'll run that back to center. Hopefully that's not going to be under a lot of pressure when we go take that off. We'll find out. So this model has 2 remote valves on it. You have an option for a third. We got our hand throttle down here on the right. This is for auto raise and lower for our 3-point. Your standard 3-point with draft control. Sensitivity is down on the right here. Yellow PTO lever on the left. We got our parking brake on the left. And that's about it. Our 4-wheel drive buttons up here on the dash, which is with our windshield washer. I hit that with my knee a lot, but that's just how it goes. So, alright, hopefully you guys have a decent view of that. Let's see if I can turn that down a little. Maybe not. Nope. I haven't done this before, we'll find out. We're playing it by ear. Looks like it's doing alright. The mirror on the post here is not factory. I just like it to be able to see behind me a little bit better. This is a monitor bracket for my laptop, so I can have my laptop out here if I want. Alright, let's raise up our 3-point. So if I flip this lever right here, this quadrant is going to pop out and our 3-point hitch will raise up. So here we go. There we go. There she comes up. Alright. For those of you that are wondering what that lever is out there, that is so you can raise and lower your 3-point hitch mechanically while you're outside the tractor for hooking up to stuff. This is the economy series. You don't get electric ones. If you went up a few sizes bigger, series spiffier, you'd get electronic ones, but that one's not too bad. Up, 3 points up. Alright, I'm in 2nd gear, what I'd call 2nd range, 1st gear I guess. And our power shovel is in the forward motion, so we're creeping out of here. I will say in the dead of winter, the transmission can be a little lethargic with the power shuttle because you're dealing with a hydraulic valve until it gets warmed up. So these tractors have a curved hood on them, as you can kind of see up there hopefully. It still makes it kind of a pain in the butt to hook up and unhook quick attach implements. What I've taken to doing is putting my loader attachments on an old camper trailer over there, and that's where I got my pallet forks. We'll put those on here in a minute, but it kind of helps you, it raises the attachment up so you can actually see what you're doing a little bit better instead of it being down in front where you can't see anything. Alright, just go for a second. Snowplow has a poly moldboard on it. It's pretty faded. I'm sure it was a nice red originally, but now it's kind of a whitish pink. I like to try and keep it inside so it doesn't get any more sun damage to it. I'm just lowering my box blade, and my front end loader here is kind of a soupy slant. I don't want to roll over. I'm kind of particular about that. Spot, that's what we got for right now, so we'll get her shoved in there. She'll be somewhat out of the elements. And that will have to do right now. Set this thing down without wrecking anything. Go. Take the parking brake off. See if we can roll away. There we go. Alright. So I got 4 skid loader attachments right now. We've got the brush blade up there. We got a 72-inch dirt bucket. We got the pallet forks. We've got the snow blade. Pallet forks and the dirt bucket are their economy dirt buckets from, or pallet attachments from Titan Attachments. And, I've gotten some good use out of them. A few modifications put on them. We reinforced the bucket a little bit, but they so far have been doing all right for this 55 horsepower tractor. go out and do more stuff, but it's getting dark and it's chilly, so we'll wait till tomorrow or maybe the weekend to go out and do some more things. We can put the brush blade on this weekend. I want to go out and pull some fence posts, push some brush piles around. Right now our box blade is still up a little bit. So if we come in here, our quadrant is already in, but if I press on it, I can press with my thumb and it will lower. Actually, I think I need to drop that down. Hold on a second. And let's see here. So if I press that, is it going to do anything? Yeah, so it can't do anything right now. If I were to pull this out, it'll raise it up the rest of the way. So now it's in the out position. If I push this back in, it will drop it down to where I've got it on my 3-point lever here. So we'll do that. So we'll press it in. There she goes, and she stops where I have the 3-point lever. And then if I push it down the rest of the way, it'll drop to the ground the rest. If I wanted it to go faster, I can actually press in on this button here and make it go faster. So, but there you go. That's it in a nutshell for y'all. Catch you on the next one.